Welcome back. Now, the Nelson Mandela United Nations Fellowship is a program that is hosted by the embassies of the United States in all African countries, and it takes young people from these countries who demonstrate leadership abilities to the United States, to different colleges and different institutions for 6 weeks for a leadership training. Joining us now in studio is Seno Namwandi, who is an intellectual property expert at BIPA, who is also selected to go, as well as Stephan Mungongi, who is the chairman of the Mungongi Group. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank
morning.
you.
Very well. TEDx speaker, that's where we know you from.
Yes.
Okay, great. Congratulations, first of all, to all of you.
Thank you very much.
And let's get into it. Talk to us about the Mandela Fellowship program.
Do you want to go?
Yeah. Actually, the Mandela Washington program is a flagship program of the Young African Leaders Initiative, which was started by the former President of the United States of America, President Barack Obama, back in 2014, and it has since grown from strength to strength. And this was done to invest in the next generation of African leaders, to help Africa to confront its problems, and of course to help Africa to stimulate growth, amongst others.
Okay, great. Now, we have it on record that 465 applications were received, 138 were interviewed, and eventually it came back to the 16 that are selected to go.
Yes.
What does the program entail?
Well, the program is either 6 weeks or 12 weeks long. You go to a university in the States. We're going to be separated, different universities across the States, and you have 3 tracks that you can apply to, either the public management, which I got into, civic society and leadership, and business and entrepreneurship. The 3 tracks involved training at the university, and then the program ends in a week-long summit in Washington.
Okay, so you are going for public management?
Yes, I am.
Do you know the university that you'll be placed at?
Yes, I am. I've been placed at Florida International University in Miami, Florida.
Okay, great. Miami Beach.
Yes.
And Stephen, which track are you on, and which university are you placed at?
Well, I'm placed into Dartmouth College. That's somewhere in New Hampshire, Hanover, and I'm going to be pursuing the business and entrepreneurship track.
Business and entrepreneurship. And I know what intellectual property is, but talk to us about Mungongi Group. What do you guys do at Mungongi Group?
Well, I'm a young and emerging entrepreneur, and I'm based in Rundu.
Okay.
And of course, I trade across different sectors. First of all, I'm into agriculture, and then there's catering and food supplies there, and we also do a bit of construction. So if you guys at NBC are going to have a private function and you need catering services,
you must come to
give me a call anytime.
Okay, yeah. Great. Let's talk about your expectations of the program. It's 6 weeks, or are you also going to extend for an internship?
I have been extended for an internship.
Okay,
the program, as I said, is 6 weeks or 12 weeks. So the 12-week one includes a professional development experience where you are placed at a relevant institution for professional experience. I've been placed with a company called Comcast. It's telecommunications, and I will be working in their intellectual property department, as you would know. Yeah. So I'm very excited about learning on the job intellectual property, having a look at patent infringement cases. But my expectations of the university experience are just to learn more about what public management really is. How do we manage the public office? How do we manage funds that come in from taxes? How do we now influence economic growth? How do we administer the entire government office? So I'm really looking forward to the learning experience of information, because I didn't study public management originally. Also, I don't know if it was mentioned, but this program goes across the continent. So the 16 Namibians that are going are part of a 700 cohort group. I'm very excited to meet the rest of the African continent. Countries. I've never met someone from Mali, so there's someone in my group from Mali. So I'm really looking forward to meeting the other Africans in this team.
Okay, great. Stephen, business management, what are your expectations?
Well, my expectations with regards to this program is truly, I'm looking forward to the networking. And I think by far that is the biggest mark of this program, because it brings, like Seno here established, it brings a lot of people across different identities, different backgrounds, different perspectives from all over sub-Saharan Africa. And that is not all, because we are also going to meet our counterparts from the United States of America. So my expectations is the networking. I want to establish a firm business network that is going to, of course, harness long-term profitability and growth for me as a business person. And I think that is the power of this program, because what I do in Namibia could easily become a model of action for somebody that is doing the same thing in South Africa, but maybe struggling to have the result. So we're saying we are very grateful for this program, and I would like to commend the U.S. government for coming up with this program. I think it's a wonderful initiative. And going forward, I'm really appealing to the Namibian public to really take this thing up and apply.
Okay.
I think it's going to be profitable for us in the long run.
Of course, definitely. Young leaders development. Are you also extending with an internship?
No, I have a lot of things to do at home.
Oh, so you need to come and run the business.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you can't wait to come back and
of course,
apply. Okay. What do you expect to bring? What would you bring back to the country, Seno?
A lot. I'm going to bring back a hoard of information about patent infringement. As you know, I'm in intellectual property.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have a very strong enforcement system in Namibia as yet. And so I want to learn a lot about the importance of enforcing intellectual property from the legal perspective, our court system. So that is what I'm going to be bringing back. And then obviously just the host of information that I will gather from my African network of what they are doing in their countries that's working. For example, somebody that's in my team from Malawi is interested in intellectual property, and she's been fundamental in the litigation purposes of IP in Malawi. So already we've been talking about how do I learn from her what she did in Malawi and bring it back here in Namibia.
Okay, great. Now, Stephan, when you go to these programs, you serve as an ambassador for Namibia.
Of course. You
will not just be with 700 other Africans, but you're going to be networking with a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
What message are you taking out there for Namibia?
For Namibia, I think, first of all, I would like to look at it from the perspective of a fellow. I think the moment you step into this program, you are getting exposed to different people.
Great.
So it's only natural that you come there as somebody that's tolerant and somebody that is ready to respect differences between you and other people.
And that's a true Namibian.
Exactly. And then to go further, I would like to tell Namibia that we can promise them we'll be very, very, very fruitful ambassadors for the country. And I think, personally, I'll come back as a different person with a different outlook on life, and I would like to implement here what I'm going to learn that side.
Okay. Seno, a lot of people were reluctant. A few people, I mean, we have got the young people of Namibia makes up more than 60%, and we have got around 400 people that applied. To those who are reluctant to apply, what message do we have for them for the next intake?
Keep trying. Keep trying. I applied for this program 3 times and got it on the 3rd time. So I have to say that it's important that you persevere in applying, and not only that, but that you craft yourself into the type of person that is a candidate for this program. So people ask me what was different about the 3rd time. I know that my professional development helped me to write my essays differently. So I would also encourage people to look at different opportunities to make them more suitable, a more suitable and eligible candidate for this program.
Okay, any final remarks, Stephan?
Final remarks would be, we are really very grateful to be part of this program. And like I said before, I really want to commend the U.S. government for coming up with this program. For this year, I'm only focusing on this year. The program was started in 2014, and in its first cohort, it only had 500 participants. But it has grown so much that up to today, it has recorded more than 3,000 fellows, over 30,000 applications. So being part of this program truly is an answered prayer. It's not something that comes easy. And for me, I would like to commend the U.S. government to say I appreciate all the expenses they carry and all the sacrifices they make, just so that they are able to help Africa to foster growth and stimulate economic development and all those things.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Final remarks from you, Seno?
Just echoing what he has to say, just very grateful to be part of this community, very excited to come back home and implement what I've learned from that side, and just to encourage people again that it is possible. I never thought that I was going to be a Mandela Fellow, and here I am. So I just want to encourage people to apply for next year's group.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great, there you have it. I was in conversation with Stephan Mungongi, who's the chairperson of Mungongi Group. They are into catering and agriculture, agribusiness, and they are based in Rundu. He's selected to be a Mandela Fellow in the US, going for 6 weeks, and as well as Seno Namwandi, who is an intellectual property expert and also a TEDx alumni, talking to us about her expectations. She's going to be doing the track of public management, and she's also have an extension for internship. She'll be back home after 12 weeks only on the 19th of June. Stay tuned.